Good morning, everybody. We should have been maybe enjoying ourselves at Stockswood this week, so I thought instead we would have a family all-age service that's just geared a bit more to us. Not many people would expect to see me in a kitchen, but I'm going to see if I can separate this egg. Here goes. Oh, yeah. And get the yolk nice and separate. There we go. Oh, not too shabby at all. So we've got the egg yolk and the egg white separated. And that's a bit how we are at the moment, is it? We can't physically get together and we may be missing people that we love and missing people that we care for. But we're thinking today about how we can never ever be separated from God's love. So we're going to start by a bit of a retro song, but get ready to do the actions and have a bit of a bop around. Our God is a great big God.
Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He is higher than a skyscraper, and He's deeper than a submarine. He is wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And He's known me and He's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He is higher than a skyscraper and deeper than a submarine. He is wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And He's known me and He's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. 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 And He holds us in His hands.
Wider than your arms can reach, taller than the trees, higher than the stars above, deeper than the sea. God's love is bigger than the biggest mountain, bigger than my biggest fear. So don't forget, God's love is wide and high and long and deep, and God
in your envelope, or if you haven't got an envelope, grab a Bible, and we're looking at Romans 8 verses 37. In fact, Romans 8 verses 38 to 39. I've got one that's slightly covered in egg white now, but you've got that one, or that one, or if you're not really into colouring in and things and a bit more of a wordy person, there's the word search to do. I sometimes find when I'm listening, I listen better when I'm doing something with my hands. So you can be colouring in round the border, or sticking some of the sticky bits that are in your envelope as well round the border. And we're just going to think just for a minute about these verses. It's a guy called Paul that's saying them, and he was a man who sort of knew what it was like when things were good, and he knew what it was like when life was really hard. And this is what he says: I am convinced, or as that one says, persuaded, that neither death nor life, so even the worst times of feeling death, or knowing somebody, or feeling sad because of death, nor life, so the best things in life, neither angels, nothing is good, better than an angel, or demons, neither the present, so what we're going through now, or anything in the future, nor any powers, neither height nor depth, so you couldn't go over it or couldn't go under it, a bit like we've just been singing about God's love, that no higher and wider and deeper than anything we could ever know. And just in case we're thinking there could be something, Paul says, nor anything else in all creation can separate us from the love of God that is in Jesus. To me, Paul is putting a whole list of things down, so nobody can be sitting there thinking, but you see, Paul, you didn't have to go through this, or Paul, you haven't thought of that, you don't know what it's like to be in my shoes. Paul didn't know what it was like to be in our shoes, only we know what it's like to be in our own shoes and the things that we're facing. But he's, with this list, saying there's absolutely nothing that can separate us, can stop God loving us, no matter what we're feeling, no matter if life is so good and we'd run a million miles away from him. God is still there. There was one point when Paul was going around trying to find Christians to kill them, but he knew that even then he wasn't separated from God's love, that God was there with him. Nothing can separate us from the love of God, and God's love is wider, higher, deeper than we would ever know. What I want us to do now is have a little bit of a game. What I want you to do is grab hold of somebody's hand, and everybody grab hold of each other's hand, and I want to see if you can get away from the other person. So your idea is to grab hold and make sure they can't get away. At the same time, trying to get away from whoever's hand is holding your hand. Bit tricky, but I'm sure you'll manage it. Go and have a go at this. So we're going to have a bit of a prayer time now. In your envelope, or if you've got some paper at home to cut into strips, to make strips like that, we're going to write our prayers or draw something you want to pray to God about. And we can talk to God about anything that's on our hearts. So once you've written your prayer on your chain, put a bit of glue on it and stick it together like that, and then the next person can get their prayer and thread it through like that. And all of the time you can maybe be sharing what you've written on your bits of paper, what you're drawing or what you wanted to talk to God about, and maybe spend time doing that together as a family too. Another idea I've seen for Advent is to make a prayer chain for Advent. So each day of Advent, when we think about running up to Christmas, is to make a great big long prayer chain of things that we can thank God for, things that we can ask God for, or maybe we can just tell God how great He is and thank Him for His great love to us.
Anything excited, anything inspired, bring it all to me. Everything that's lazy, everything that's tired, bring it all to me. Anything that rages, anything that screams, bring it all to me. Everything that wonders, everything that dreams, bring it all to me. You can bring me anything, you can bring me everything, just bring it all to me. Anything that's easy, anything that's hard, bring it all to me. Everything that's perfect, everything that's scarred, bring it all to me. Anything you're proud of, anything you're not, bring it all to me. Everything you're hiding, everything you've got, bring it all to me. You can bring me anything, you can bring me everything, just bring it all to me. I know how you feel, because I know you. I know how you feel, because I made you. Anything that matters, anything that's real,
Bring it all to me.
everything you treasure, everything you feel,
Bring it all to me.
everything you treasure, everything you feel,
Bring it all to me. You can bring me anything. You can bring
it all, bring it all to me. You can bring me anything. You can bring me everything. Just bring it all to me.
We've been thinking, haven't we, nothing can separate us from God's love. And we're going to end by singing our last song together. Oh no, He'll never let go. How easy was it for us to let go of each other when we did that activity earlier? But God never lets go of us. Nothing can separate us from God's love.
Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, your perfect love is casting out fear. And even when I'm caught in the middle of the storms of this life, I won't turn back, I know you are near. And I will fear no evil, for my God is with me. And if my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? Oh no, you never let go through the calm and through the storm. Oh no, you never let go every high and every low. Oh no, you never let go, Lord, you never let go of me. I can see a light that is coming for the heart that holds on, a glorious light beyond all compare. There will be an end to these troubles, but until that day comes, we'll live to know you here on the earth. I will fear no evil, for my God is with me. If my God is with me, whom then shall I fear? Whom then shall I fear? Oh no, you never let go through the calm and through the storm. Oh no, you never let go in every high and every low. Oh no, you never let go, Lord, you never let go of me. Yes, I can see a light that is coming for the heart that holds on. There will be an end to these troubles, but until that day comes, still I will praise you, still I will praise you. Yes, I can see a light that is coming for the heart that holds on. There will be an end to these
started off with the egg, didn't we, and being separated. And there'll be a day when we will be able to all meet up again, and that'll be really great, won't it? But until then, remember, nothing separates us from God's love. We'll just finish with a prayer. Dear Father, we thank you for your great love to us. We thank you that nothing that we can do or anybody else can do to us, or anything that's beyond our control, will be ever able to separate us from your love. Amen.